Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Skyrim, where we are reviewing the Skyrim Kaidan romance mod. The next part of his quest, his main quest, not his romance one, is that you have to get some sort of information during the diplomatic immunity quest in the interrogation room or torture room in order to translate what's left of his. Oh, there's a person in there. There's this stuff, Akaviri settlements, but supposedly it's in a chest somewhere in here. Is this the chest? What's Reeking Cave? I don't want to go in the cave, but supposedly it's somewhere in here. Hello?
I told you.
I'm not here to torture you.
What? Who? Yeah.
Let's get you out of here.
Sure. Okay. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it.
You go ahead. I'm not done here.
No problem. Thanks for springing me. I owe you. Look me up in Riften if you make it out. Excuse me.
Excuse you. But I need to get something out of here. Okay, so I believe I found it. It's this one called Akaviri Settlements, and it was found in this chest right here. Oh, hi, you scared me. So I think we can talk to him real quick. I don't think anybody's coming, so.
Something on your mind?
I found this at the Thalmor Embassy.
By the nine, this is a Thalmor dossier.
Boy, you picked that up fast.
Get your hands on this. But perhaps I shouldn't ask.
You were here.
They confirmed Akaviri clans scattered throughout Tamriel, and which are linked to the Blades. Gods, this is a account of genocide.
Perhaps that's the ultimate goal of the Thalmor.
It wouldn't surprise me. They see themselves as the Aedra, imprisoned on Nairn, and all races of men beneath them.
There's no proof every clan is gone, though.
Yes, you're right. This dossier is an incredible lead. It says the Reach village site is closed off, and there's nothing that remains at the far north settlement. But perhaps there's something they missed.
I don't know.
This last site, I think, could be that closed up mine in the rift.
It could be worth investigating.
Agreed. It's not urgent enough to go out of our way, but should we pass by the Northwind Mountain, I'd like to explore it.
Okay. So, we could ask any thoughts?
Nothing important.
Well, that's not very helpful.
Everything all right?
So I think that's all we have left for his quest for now, and the next thing to do is to go to the Northwind Summit. Alright, well it seems like Kaidan might be willing to tell us a little bit more about his story, so...
Aye.
Tell me about yourself.
What did you want to know?
Will you tell me more of your story?
That's a lot to get into. Ask me again when we've got a chance to put our feet up.
So we gotta rest first, okay. Let's rest here.
I think we've earned it. What are you thinking?
Tell me about yourself.
What's got you curious?
Tell me your story.
I was raised by a Nord, Brynjar. He was a bounty hunter. So I spent most of my childhood travelling Tamriel and crisscrossing Skyrim. Of course, as I go on, I'm finding there was more to it than that. The constant moving, teaching me how to live in the wilderness, training me every day to fight. I learned how to use a sword before I'd even learned how to read.
Sounds like you had a very odd childhood.
For my 13th birthday, he took me on a hunting trip in the wilderness. And when I woke the next morning, he was nowhere to be found.
Oh, that's so sad.
All he'd left me was some flint, a knife, and an empty water skin. It took me 2 days to get back to civilization, but I'd learned the importance of self-sufficiency by then.
Why would he do that? Well, I know why, but...
I think Brynjar was running from something, and he spent my whole life teaching me how to defend myself from...
That horse is snuffing a lot in the background.
Not that he ever told me. He was always vague about his past, and even more so about mine. Always promising to tell me one day, and then die before he ever got around to it.
Oh no, what happened?
The Thelma seems to have shed some light on it, though.
And your mother?
No, I don't know much about my mother. Only that the sword I have once belonged to her, or so Brynjar told me. He also said she was brave, and beautiful, and clever. But never anything actually useful. After his death, I took up the job of bounty hunting. It was all I knew, really. It's led me to some interesting places.
Yeah, I could tell. We met in a jail.
Well, perhaps the less said about parts of my past, the better.
But I want to know. Tell me.
It's not something worth retelling. Aye?
So I'm surprised you're not taken?
Must be my sparkling personality. Truth is, a quiver is easy enough to come by. And I've got
Oh.
my sights set higher than that.
Quiver? Really?
Well, what would you rather me say?
Okay. I'm hungry. Got anything to eat?
Don't have much on me. Here, eat up.
An apple. Oh, he's so cute. How you doing?
Just wondering if you're holding up all right.
Doing well.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay. How do you feel about me?
Our bond is forged in battle. I'm glad to have met you.
You've been quiet. You alright?
Aye. And sorry I have been. I'm doing alright, I promise you. I'm glad to hear it.
Alright. Anything else?
I'd rather hear about you.
Okay. I reached an interesting point in my magic studies.
Oh? What have you found out?
I have been doing restoration magic, so...
Really? That's... Go on.
Could drastically reduce the magical cost in casting?
Sounds like you're really onto something there.
I'm compiling my research.
That'd be great. You deserve it.
Thanks for hearing me out.
I'm no fan of magic, but you make it sound like the finest thing on earth.
Oh, he's so cute.
What's got you curious?
What are your best skills?
I can move quietly when I have to, but if there's a place where you absolutely must not be detected, maybe just tell me to wait, yeah? I'm doing alright. More concerned, that's good to know.
I guess there's not really anything else that we could ask him how he
It's
feels.
been a long time since I've had someone I knew I could trust. Longer still since I could call them friend. I'm glad I can fight alongside you.
Alright.
All eyes to the road ahead.
So, haven't
Aye.
really seen anything else that we can say to him, but we did get a bit more of his story, and he just makes so many cool comments. I was going along the main quest to get to diplomatic immunity, and he made comments about being in Ustengrove, and he talked to me about how it was really weird that I would just stare at the wall, and how my character could see the light and hear the chanting, and he just said I was staring off into space and it was really creepy. And then he talked about when we went to meet Delphine, when we were waiting in the room, it's like, I hope this person isn't sketchy, otherwise I'm gonna have to kill them. And he just kept making comments along the main quest about what he thinks about it and what he's expecting. So if he wants a companion that will actually comment on what you're doing at the moment, on the weather, on the places that you're in, specific places like certain mines, all of the towns, and people even. He really is a great companion for that, because he really feels like he belongs in this world, and he really does respond to what's happening, and he's not just some outward thing. So if you really want a companion like that, that's great. But he also is shaping up to be a pretty interesting romance as well.
Something on your mind?
Let's rest here.
Aye. I think we've earned it. You alright?
Tell me about yourself.
What's got you curious?
You were telling me your story the other day.
Aye,
It's okay, you can talk to me about it.
it's nothing to be proud of. But considering they were my mistakes to make, perhaps I shouldn't deny them. I didn't handle things well after Brynjar's death, and I inherited some of his worst habits. The drink, the moon sugar, one day blurring into another.
Oh.
I fell in with what I thought was a band of outlaws. People like me. People who seemed to be born on the path of destruction and death. They called themselves the Blooded Dawn, followers of a Daedric prince. I foolishly wanted to taste that power, and I learned the price.
But you escaped it?
How I got free is a long and painful tale, one I shouldn't burden you with. Now that I am free, I try to keep my eyes and mind on more earthly matters. One of the reasons I'm in Skyrim, digging up my past. I've learned that if you feel you have no place in the world, you must make one.
I'm sorry for what you went through.
I'm not.
Why is that?
Because it set me on the path that met with yours. How could I be sorry for myself when I'm so grateful for that?
No. I had no idea you cared so much. I'm glad to have met you too. But you can also say, come on now, don't get soft on me. And destiny often plays out in surprising ways, but I'm gonna be a bit sappy.
Well, it's been a long time since I've met somebody I can trust this much.
Because I'm trying to get in your pants. So how do you feel about me?
You bring hope to a world-weary heart.
No. Did you feel like talking?
You know what? Tell me something about you.
Okay. Let me tell you about one of my adventures.
Why?
It was the first time I fought a troll. I was going up to meet the Greybeards for the very first time, and I met my very first frost troll. And he beat me butt. He beat my butt so bad that he flung me off the side of the mountain. And now I'm pretty banged up about it.
Tell me more.
I used my magic to create a distraction, then attacked. Yep.
You did? Amazing. Then what?
It was one of my toughest battles.
Sweet bloody job.
What else did you want to know?
Who were you before you discovered you had the dragon blood?
Sorry. I'm an aspiring mage and scholar.
Ah, I should have guessed that. The college was your likely goal then.
Yeah, because I told him earlier in an earlier episode that I had traveled to Skyrim. I'd been many places, but I traveled to Skyrim from my family to get to the college, and then all of the stuff with the Dragonborn happened. I just liked a nice quiet life, but I lived free in the wilderness. It was always an adventure.
Aye, you've got a fighter's spirit. There's no way a conventional life could contain you for long.
That's all, really.
Glad to know a bit more about you.
Oh. Any thoughts?
I wouldn't say no to a blade of Skyforged steel. Imagine it. Weapons forged in fire as old as Skyrim itself.
Be cool. Have you ever been in love?
I thought I was, once or twice. When I was a little younger.
Stupid kids having an argument in the
There
background.
was a noble girl I was sweet on when I was a lad. She was married off to some courtier. Another lass later on who turned out to be trouble. Lust or infatuation, might have been, but I wouldn't call it love. What about you? Ever been shot with that arrow?
I volunteer as tribute. Same as you. Never anything serious.
You make me sound like a right liberty. Something I find myself moving away from daily.
Alright, how you doing? No, that just brings you back to that.
What did you want to know?
Anything else? Okay. Well, I think that's all he has to say to us. One of the things that the guide says that you can do is that if you want to speed run becoming friends with him, you just keep waiting 12 hours and keep resting. And then more and more dialogue options will open up and you'll learn more and more about his backstory. You don't technically have to complete his personal quest, but it does help. And this is the sword that we keep seeing. You can just, instead of going through his quest, you can just translate the dragon language yourself in order to get to the end of the quest, but I'm going through the quest just for the fun of it. So,
Hello there.
hello. What's on your mind?
Your power in alteration is unmatched. Not even reality can contain you.
Oh, why thank you. Alright.
With you all the way.
I think the next thing we're going to do is go to Northwind Summit and find the next part of his quest. Alright, so here we are at Northwind Summit, which is here after you go through Northwind Mine. It's just north of Riften, and you go around this path. Can't go up this way. This is where we find the next thing for him. Search hidden cache. Oh, a shaman ring. And 500 gold. Why are you pushing me? And there's a smelter here for some reason. But is that it? It's empty. Okay. So let's talk to Kaidan. What does he have to say?
Look at that view. An incredible place to build a settlement.
It's pretty amazing. I'm glad you're seeing the beauty of the land.
This mountain is a natural fortress. You could see anyone coming for miles from up here.
Yeah?
No wonder a village of miners was able to hold off a siege of Thalmor's soldiers for so long.
Yeah.
With a few simple traps, the tunnels leading here could be turned into a gauntlet. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're just thinking about it. You're adorable.
Adorable what? I've never been called that in my life. Adorable. Let's see what else is around here.
Take a look at this relic. Oh, actually, are you okay with being here?
Just trying to imagine how it was. This place was probably my very first home. I might have even been born on this mountaintop.
Maybe.
I spent so long looking for answers and suddenly I'm here. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. I wish there was more here for you.
I'm actually okay with this. I'm glad to finally know where I'm from. But it's not everything I am, and I have you to thank for all of this.
Oh. You've stuck by me through so much more.
How could I not?
Yeah, you've saved my
You've
butt
become the
many
greatest friend
times.
I've known.
Okay. Take a look at this relic.
What gemstones are these? I think I can see the stars in them. It's practically radiating magicka. Must be an Akaviri enchantment.
Okay. There was a hidden cache in the rubble.
What did you find? Ah, looks like it was left behind by the villagers.
Yeah, sorry, I stole the gold. Maybe I
can
should give
see
that to
now
you.
why they may have decided to leave messages written in the dragon language. Akaviri symbols on Nordic ruins would have been too obvious.
True. The runes on the cache could be another clue.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, so we have to investigate the burial mound. Any thoughts?
It's reassuring to know I have someone so skilled in the art of healing. I'll be your shield if you'll mend my scratches.
It's so cool that they have him react to how high your level is in certain skills. So this is the dragon language that we have to find. But there's also, yeah, this is where we have to go next. It's another dragon burial mound. And it's over here by Windhelm. So thankfully we can get over there pretty easily. So that's the next place we're going. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. We've really worked on our relationship with Kaidan a lot more. I'm hoping in the next episode we can finish his personal quest now that we've got the ball moving more. And then try and get our romance going more. And then there's also another quest that he has that has to do with the fact that he was part of a Daedric Prince cult, basically. That we heard about earlier, but there's another quest that we can following that. So let me know if you guys want to see us go through that as well, because it does have to do with him. So I would think, but you never know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye everybody.